and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Tuesday morning and I'm on my way to Jamaica.
So, we're here.
We just arrived, guys. We're here.
We what?
We just arrived. We've just arrived in Jamaica.
Welcome back, everybody. Happy Friday. Let me just adjust my flower. Oh my God. Happy Friday. And I'd like to welcome you to another edition of In the Now. And you know what? Like, I'm going to say this. Why am I surrounded here? So I just came back from Jamaica, which I'm going to go into really briefly. But I'm extremely tired. And when I came in this morning, my energy is really low. There's a lot going on. And my guest, who happens to be a really good friend of mine, brought in this big flower for me because it reminded her of me. I hope I said that right. Yeah, her of me. And she also brought me in wine, in glasses, brought me glasses and brought me in wine. And she didn't realize that it's my birthday next week. So I'm very excited for you guys to meet her because she's a ball of energy and she's doing really great work. But let's talk about quickly, that last video you just saw was actually me in Jamaica at the Courtly Hotel, but this was taken last year. I was also in Jamaica this month and actually just returning yesterday from the Jamaican Diaspora Conference. And we're not gonna be able to go through everything, but what I want you to do before we go any further is I want you to welcome someone to the show. Miss Selena, big up yourself.
Hello everyone, hi.
So Selena, I hope they can hear her. She is behind the scenes. She is my production manager and she makes sure that I look fine as wine, like the wine I am drinking. And she deserves a lot of credit for the work she does. She's a young woman, and we are definitely investing back into our community, especially our younger community and our younger generation. So thank you, Selena. She'll be on the ones and twos.
Thank you.
I'll be asking her some questions and things. But I want you guys also, you see that red button underneath this? That's the subscribe button. I want you guys to click on that subscribe button. Click, like us, share it too. Definitely this information needs to be shared out. So let's talk about this Diaspora Conference really, really quick. You know what? Selena, what we'll do is I'll introduce it a little bit and then we'll kind of end this with that Diaspora Conference video. We won't play it right now, okay? So this year, the Toronto Caribbean newspaper was invited to the Jamaican Diaspora Conference, which actually started on June 16th and went straight through to June 20th. It was held at the Jamaican Conference Center. And it brought all Jamaicans from all over the diaspora, but the prominent groups that were there were Canada, US, and the UK. All right, so their theme this year was Jamaica and the Diaspora, Building Pathways for Sustainable Development. So honestly, like I had some notes here for you guys, but I've also written an article which you can check out in the Toronto Caribbean newspaper edition coming up this week about what was happening at the Diaspora Conference. But let me go through a couple things. Think we'll have time to do this? Yeah, let's go through a couple things. I'm going to go through a couple things and we'll end with the video, okay? So some of the goals that were outlined basically to make this see Jamaicans, one thing I learned about us as Jamaicans, we are a brand, all of us. We are a brand. We don't understand how branded we are. It doesn't matter where in the world you go. If you say Jamaica, people know. They'll try to mash up the accent. They all know everyone knows a Bob Marley song. So he's a brand in himself. Within Jamaica, he's a brand. And now we're trying to find ways to bring our diaspora back and start bringing it back and putting and investing our energy and time into Jamaica itself. So it's a great initiative. And I think with the proper planning, I think with engagement of youth, that this is something that will be great for the island. And you know what? It's something, again, we can help other islands replicate. So let's talk about some of their outlines. So the number one, I'll only go through a few of them, okay, Selena? So one of their points was, or one of their goals was to increase the diaspora engagement and participation in national development planning. So getting people involved in the planning nationally, on a national level, on a global level, okay? I think I have, are you following me there, girl? You good? Okay. Another one was recognizing the networks and the partnerships that exist in the Jamaican diaspora. So actually taking in the fact that we're out here. We are out here when we're doing things out here. Jamaicans are doing powerful things outside of Jamaica. All right. So understanding and recognizing that. Another thing that we're doing is looking at creating environments that will optimize diaspora investment, trade, and advocacy. What can we do to advocate for what is happening and all the talent that is in Jamaica right now? We need to be talking about that, especially Jamaicans. Promoting research. That's another thing they're doing. Researching everything that's happening. Like right now, science technology have taken over. And again, pay attention to my editions in the next few editions that are coming up. I'll be writing more about that. They want to look at enhancing the services that are delivered to the diaspora population. So again, this is coming from the outside, inside out. What are they doing there that we can see and that we can learn from and that we can maybe invest in? All right. Promoting, let's see, human capital exchanges, returns and integration of the diaspora population. So what they're really, without going into it anymore, again, I will be sharing more of this in my articles, but I want you guys to understand, Jamaica, we are a force, and you need to get that and understand that you are a brand. So if you can find a way to connect, it's all about collaboration. If you can find a way to connect with the right people, there's absolutely nothing that you cannot accomplish. I know this, trust me, and we'll talk about this later, but we're gonna go on a quick break, and when I come back, I'll do like some highlights of some of the things, so some of the cute things that I found out when I went to Jamaica. And then we're gonna be going into our furthest edition, which is the third and fourth segment, which is in tune with the universe. We get to actually sit down with this Miss Mitzy Blair. Do you hear me? Miss Mitzy Blair. Sorry, I'm tired. I admitted this already from when I came in that I was tired. Who is the one responsible for my happiness and joy right now? So we'll see you guys in a few minutes after this video, and then we'll talk more about what's happening in Jamaica. See you guys soon.
Jamaica has changed drastically, but one thing that has remained the same is the boldness, strength, and love of our people for their country, both at home and abroad. As Jamaicans, we stand together and take a pledge of pride, a pledge of courage, and a pledge of nation building, so that Jamaica may, under God, increase in beauty, fellowship, and prosperity. As our country stands taller and stronger each day, as we, under the theme, build partnerships for sustainable development, let us work together, the diaspora, the government, Jamaicans one and all. Join us at the Jamaica Conference Center for the 8th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference under the theme Jamaica and the Diaspora, Building Pathways for Sustainable Development. Our country needs you.
With so many newspapers within the community, it's sometimes hard to tell what separates us from the rest. Most of the time, they all brag about the same thing. You know, the large circulations, tons of online views, and it can go on and on. But what really separates the Toronto Caribbean newspaper apart from everybody else? Well, it's simple. Our service. No, seriously. Hi, I'm Grant Browning, founder and CEO of the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I have over 20 years of branding and marketing experience, and I've worked with countless companies and corporations to do one thing, and that is to raise their profits with their brand. With over 40 years of combined experience in branding and marketing, our amazing staff is fully prepared to sit down and figure out exactly what you need to stand out from your competitors.
The reason why you don't see that anymore is because
the ad is too powerful, bring too much people.
So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll be happy to help.
Yo, what up? It's your boy, Mr. Lex, live in Kingston, Jamaica. And you know, we're in the middle of Apple Tree right now. And everywhere we go over the world, people always say KFC Jamaica is the best tasting KFC. So you know what? We're in the streets today to find out why the people of Kingston, Jamaica think that KFC in Jamaica is the best tasting KFC. Let's do this. Let's go get some KFC. KFC Jamaica.
Because some of them special ingredients.
You think you know what the ingredients is?
No, but I'd love to know.
You love KFC?
Yes, I do.
KFC, the best chicken in Jamaica.
By the texture of the aisle.
Oh, the texture of the aisle for the chicken. Oh, okay. So there you have it. It's the texture of the aisle, Jenka people.
Yeah, Jamaican have the best KFC and the best taste.
You sound like an artist. You're an artist?
I mean it, my artist.
Drop a one tune for me.
Well, a KFC again now with the white bag. Money in a pocket and me now start brag KFC.
Pull up! Hold on, first of all, you eat chicken?
Fish. And if it come to it, test me eat all piece of pork to save my life. Well, first and foremost.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. So, as you can see, I'm thinking of my belly this morning. But honestly, I just thought I'd bring up some interesting things that I learned. And through the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be throwing in little tidbits of Jamaica. Sorry, I'm biased, and it's okay. Jamaican, I have to be biased. So when I arrived in Jamaica, I was told that Jamaica has the best KFC in the world. And you heard a lot of the other reasons there. It's the aisle, is what he said. But I was told the real reason why KFC is so good is because of the chicken itself. So let's tell you a little story about the best dressed chicken. So in 1958, Jamaicans would raise chickens in their backyards and, of course, sell these live birds to their neighbors, friends, and family. So this one was completely holistic. Like, you knew where that chicken that you were eating that day came from. You think it didn't have eight arms, 9 legs, none of that. It was, you saw the chicken's neck get cut off, you cook it up, plucked feathers, all that stuff, okay? So the idea of buying a chicken that was already plucked and cleaned and dressed, ready for seasoning, was unheard of in 1958. So Sidney Levy's dream was to change all of that and to provide the convenience of dressed chickens to all Jamaican households. So this idea caught on and Jamaicans began to request the brand. So this is how the best dressed chicken came into town. So they supply the entire island. This is the one thing that I just learned. They actually supply the entire island with their chicken. And this is why KFC, so KFC has jerk chicken there. There's no jerk chicken in Canada. I was so vexed. They also have barbecue chicken, guys. Yes. See up here with this dega, whatever it is that they have. I would never eat KFC in Canada. But in Jamaica, and this is the thing, while I was there, the messed up thing about it is I didn't even get any, I didn't get any KFC, but I got to eat best dressed chicken. So this is why I can speak on it from experience. When you bite into this chicken, oh Lord. So let's talk about production. So actually, this chicken is so good that in 2015, they had to actually reevaluate their operations. Reason why? Because there wasn't enough chicken. That's it. They were running out of chicken because it was that good. It was selling that much, and their product was that popular that they began to actually run out. So they had to think of some way to bring up the demand, or not increase the demand. Demand was there, but they had to find a way to make more. So the best dressed chicken had commissioned let's see here, what did they say? Commissioned an additional hatchery. So they actually had to make more space, which could give the company the ability to further respond to the demand of the chickens. So what makes this chicken so special? There's no hormones. It's naturally grown. They have an ethical approach to agriculture, and there's stringent safety and processing standards. So they take their time in putting together this brand. And you know what, guys? This brand is not just in Jamaica. It's throughout the islands. It's in the Cayman Islands as well. And it's actually started to move out to different places. So I am, again, Jamaica, you've done it. And you did it with chicken. This is why you did it with chicken. So we have the Bob Marley brand, which is all over the place, world known, intergenerational. We have now Usain Bolt, who is our brand. Yes, intergenerational. Everyone's going to know about Usain Bolt. And just when it comes to food, we have best dressed chicken, best KFC in the world. So when you go to Jamaica, guys, even though I didn't get to try it, when you go to Jamaica, make sure you go to KFC and you'll know that you're eating quality meat, not shitty meat. Yes, I said it. Guys, when I come back, we're going to go into our 2 segments called In Tune with the Universe, and I'm going to sit down with the ball of energy, Miss Mitzy Blair. See you guys soon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
We refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community. With so many newspapers within the community, it's sometimes hard to tell what separates us from the rest. Most of the time, they all brag about the same thing. You know, the large circulations, tons of online views, and it can go on and on. But what really separates the Toronto Caribbean newspaper apart from everybody else? Well, it's simple. Our service. No, seriously. Hi, I'm Grant Browning, founder and CEO of the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I have over 20 years of branding and marketing experience, and I've worked with countless companies and corporations to do one thing, and that is to raise their profits with their brand. With over 40 years of combined experience in branding and marketing, our amazing staff is fully prepared to sit down and figure out exactly what you need to stand out from your competitors.
The reason why you don't see that anymore is because
The ad is too powerful, bring too much people.
So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll be happy to help.
So,
Hi.
come. I want people to see your pretty face. Let's do it this way, just like this.
Okay.
And just when you're talking, just make sure you get into that. So,
Hi. You make me so nervous.
I want to introduce somebody. So this lady right here.
She just makes me so nervous.
She's such a dynamic soul. So guys, real truth, this morning, I think I told this a little bit earlier, I wasn't miserable, but I was like drained. And this is why it's very important to have very good energy people around you. This today, I think anyone in the room could understand the transference of energy and how it works. This segment is called In Tune with the Universe. And there's a reason why I call this segment In Tune with the Universe, because there's certain people I've met along my way who are very much in tune. And this young lady right here just came in with so much energy that through my gloom, she brought me out of that. Where my plant dead? How come I can't see my plant?
She's beautiful.
Okay, like I'm gonna name her. What should I name her, Selena?
I like the color a lot. So
What should we name her? I think I'm gonna put this out to everybody. You guys comment below what I should name her. She is like my life right now. She's my new boo. Sorry, Dave, you're gone. I'm sorry about that. But I would like to introduce Ms. Mitzy Blair to the show.
Hi, everyone.
And you have been here before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You see her glow. I'm so jealous. I'm going to get so... No, I'm going to come at you right now because...
No.
Let's tell people about what you do, first of all. Like, everything you do because... So, your mother.
Everything.
That's a hat.
Okay, yes. I have 2 children. Born a girl. I started early. But it's made me who I am, and it's not been easy, and I haven't been perfect, but I do have a lot of support in terms of their father and the family, so I'm very blessed with that, so I give thanks, So, you got to give a little to take a little, especially when you're not together and stuff like that, but, how it goes. Also, there's things that people know about me and things that people don't know about me.
So let's talk about the things that people don't know about you. I think that's what makes you beautiful.
Oh gosh. Wow. That's really. You know what? I'm learning that if I'm more transparent, it's. But at the same time, it's very risky because it's.
Oh my God. Yes. And people love talk shit.
But they talk it anyways,
That's
right?
true.
They talk it anyways. Let's sip some wine for
So
this.
let's cheers. Are you ready to go in?
A little bit.
Let's go in a little. You know why we're only going to go in a little bit? Because we're going to share something with you. Mitzy and I have been working on a project, which we're going to talk about in the 4th segment. And you know what? I'm going to say this. We'll give them a tidbit today.
Okay.
Of you and of me and of what our struggles have been and what we're bringing with this project.
Okay. Fair.
But if you guys want to hear the rest, you have to come to the event.
Right? Cheers.
Cheers to that, right?
Cheers.
You have to come to the event. All right,
Please.
let's go. Let's start in with what allowed you to get started on this path with the work that you do, because what you're doing is considered community work.
Okay. So I started at a very young age doing photography. Just after I had my son, I had a friend of mine that introduced me into the photography, and I was doing it for fun as a hobby. I entered a contest through the city of Toronto, and I won. And I was like, okay. So apparently I had an eye for abstract photography. So from that point, winning awards, I continued on, entering competitions and winning more. Ending up publishing a book with my photography in it in Milan through the city of Toronto.
In Milan?
In Milan. Yeah. It's
You're
pretty
them
cool.
the place there?
So it's in my little archive of all my goodies of collection of things that I have. And
sorry, baby.
Moving forward, joining forces with a few of my friends in the community and friends that I went to school with, Femi, Dookie, Tamika, a whole bunch of other people. We started a magazine. It's called Boss Magazine. It was an entrepreneurial magazine, empowering the community of Jane and Finch, and even abroad, downtown, uptown, just merging everybody together, teaching everybody that you could be an entrepreneur and you can take your talent, photography, editorial, writing, TV hosting, whatever it is, and you could just go out there in the world and put yourself out there and make it happen. Right now everybody's blooming, everybody's a flower, you know what I mean? That's why I think maybe the flower resonates to me, because right now we're on a journey, and I love the fact that you're bringing up this topic of energy, because I've really been on a spiritual path.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that, because that's how you and I initially got
connected.
Yes, was through the spirituality, because we met at a event.
Stop the Violence conference.
How long ago was that?
That was last year, maybe around these times actually.
Yeah, it's been about a year.
Yeah, it's about a year now.
And we were just standing at the bar.
And she's like, we were actually, I don't know, the nails. We commented on each other's nails.
Yeah, it was something about.
Look at our nails. And it's similar right now again. But the nails connected. And then from that point, it's just I don't know what it was, but here we are.
So let's talk about your spiritual journey, because this is what's going to make people understand. Anyone who knows me personally will understand after they hear your journey to spirituality why we connect so well.
Okay, just to touch briefly on it, because we're going to go into it in the other segment, right? So, but spirituality, it's always been with me, and I would see things when I was younger, spirits and things that other people couldn't see. And I would be like, Grandma, like I would see a man standing over there, and she's like, there's no man standing over there. I'm like, but it's there, And from that point, and I was about maybe like 5 or 6, that first one happened, and I remember it very well. And then moving forward, another relative in the family died, and then the funeral happened, but I didn't go. But the spirit came, and I seen everything that the person was buried in, and I ran to my mom, and I told my mom, and she's like, yeah, that's what the person was buried in. So
That's
I was
crazy.
like, eerie, right? And then other things transpired in my life where I would say things and things would happen, and I was like, okay, I got to be very careful.
So I have a question for you. As you're going through this, because I think this is important to talk about, who did you tell? And did you feel like you could tell anybody?
That's a very interesting. You know what? I could talk to my mom and my grandma about it because they're very spiritual as well.
Okay.
So there has to be, they already have it, so they know, right? And then sometimes when I was younger, when I would talk to my friends about certain things and I would see certain things, they would laugh at me and they thought I was crazy, or maybe, you know what I mean? Because not everybody understands and not everybody has the spirit, right? And it's a very touchy subject. And if you have it, you just have it, and you will connect. And you will connect, and you will connect. And if you're not connecting, it'll be like, all right, I stay away from that person, or I stay away from that. But the spirit always guides you, and it tells you what to do. And when you hear things talking, like you hear your conscience talking to you saying, all right, put the wine glass over here. And I'm like, no, why I put the wine glass over there? But the spirit told me to put it there, and then maybe something happens and I would have hit it over, right? But my spirit already told me to move it, and I saved myself from something. So sometimes you never just doubt your gut. And that's what I've been putting a lot of my trust in, especially lately. And transformation has been really crazy. So we'll touch base more later.
Let's talk about what happened when you didn't listen. Let's give some examples of when you don't listen to your stomach. When your stomach says, don't do this, and you're like,
well, I've been through, like I said before earlier, that I'm not perfect, right? So, I've been through my own journeys, and I'm still going through my own journeys of temptations and things that I do. And those are different things that are embedded in me that I'm trying to wean, right? So when I didn't follow when I'm doing something bad that I'm not supposed to do.
I want a story. No, you ain't. No. No. I want a story. We need to give them something to make them want to come back.
Okay, you know
give
what?
Them something.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it no more.
Thank you.
At the end of the day, everybody knows that Mitzy, I
say it. Say it. Don't feel safe here. Say it, girl. There's no judgment. And if anyone judges her out there, guess what? Whatever. Come, talk your talks, girl. Selena, do you agree?
Yep.
Thank you. She's like, yep. Come, talk your talks, girl.
Okay, like throughout my my journeys, being a young mom and going to school and stuff like that, you have to find other outlets. And, growing up in the community that I grew up in, a lot of people, my peers, they knew how to make fast money, and they would teach you different skills, so I would make decisions.
Really?
Okay. So yeah, I'm just touching a little bit. I'm not going to go deeply.
Okay, yeah, do a touch. So you sometimes were involved in things that were not necessarily, let's say, legal.
Yeah, and then maybe I got caught up once in a while.
And it's okay.
So maybe I've been exposed to certain things, right? So I'm not perfect.
Okay.
So I've been through certain things, which has taught me, like, when the spirit would tell me not to do certain things, and I would do it, and then I would get myself, I would say, beats, right? I would get myself beats from the spirit because I didn't listen. So this is your punishment. I make you learn. And then when you learn, you're like, okay, I know why you made me do that. And then, you know what? You shape up. And then you never doubt yourself from another point. And the minute you do, you get beats again.
It's that
simple.
You didn't listen.
Like, you didn't listen. And then, when you start to live that life of listening to yourself, everything just starts to flow. And you're like, all right, I have the faith. And then you open your mouth and you're like, okay, this is what I want. I need this and this and this and this. And then you listen, you sit back, and then everything just goes, check, 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 manifest right in front of you. You're like,
how did that happen?
I really just did that. And you're like, okay, so I can really do this? Okay, let's do this. So this is the journey.
Let's talk about friendships. Take a sip of wine for that. Come. Let's
Cheers.
talk friendships in this journey, because we need to understand that with this journey, friendships are few and far between.
Friendships.
Talk about it. Wine's nice, by the way. You guys should be. Wine is, what is this?
You know what? It's nothing really expensive. I just picked it up. It's a nice rosé, and
This girl brought me rosé. So excited. Okay, friendships. Back to friendships. Friendships. Talk about your friendships along the way and how those have changed as you've moved through your spiritual journey.
Oh wow. If people who really really know me, they know that if I have a friend that I call my friend or a best friend, they know how serious or touchy I take that, right? And throughout the journey, yeah, I love very much, and I give very much. I treat my friend, my best friend, or whatever, like myself, right? And I feel like that's what friendship should be, right? You do unto others that you want others to do to you, but not everyone's gonna have that same spirit or energy. But anyway,
what do you do with them?
The first thing that came to my mind that I was gonna say is off with their heads.
Yes,
right? That's
off.
That's the boss in me coming out, right? I'm just like straight cutthroat, right? But I'm learning to, just sit back and not be so harsh, because I don't want people to be harsh with me. I want to be able to be understanding, and if I don't make it to a meeting on time, or if I don't show up, don't be mad at me, or if I fall asleep, don't be mad at me. So I want people to feel the same way, right? Yeah. So I'm learning how to be a little bit more understanding and open to friendship and partnership. Yeah. But I'm learning to take my friendship into partnership. You know what I mean? That way partnership would turn into business. Like, if we can't make money together and we can't do something to make each other better, like, we can't be friends. You know what I mean? And I don't mean to be, like, rude or anything like that, but It doesn't make any sense. I don't like to idle. I don't like to waste my time. I just want to be able to be around a strong team of people who just want to be able to, do good things and have fun and live life and, drink wine and stuff and go to the beach.
Do nothing. This is life. So let's talk about, let's get a couple things out there. Your sign.
My sign, like my spiritual sign, like my birth
sign.
My birth sign, I'm a Virgo.
Okay. I don't know much about Virgos. Tell me about Virgos.
Well, in the astrology, right? They say that the Virgo is like a calm person who resonates with the whole entire zodiac, right? Where she's like a nurturer and someone who is calm and peaceful, and I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's bad stuff too. Like, they say they're selfish and stuff like that, but I don't see where it comes, because I'm not selfish at all. Like, I think I need more selfishness on a whole bunch of other traits. But at the end of the day, I love my sign.
Do you identify?
Very much so. Beyonce's a Virgo. Michael Jackson. A whole bunch of these wonderful, beautiful celebrities. They're all
Virgos.
Yeah, Virgos. So
that would make sense. So the beauty, because Beyonce's like really, really pretty.
But
girl. Yes, Selena. Selena, you get a snap, girl.
So cute.
What? Selena brought that up out of nowhere. Like, what does that say, Selena? Read it to us.
It says, the art of living well and finding happiness according to your star sign.
Okay.
Happiness.
Thank you.
Happiness.
Thank you.
Living well.
Living well. So we're going to go into this briefly. You know what? You're lucky we have 20 seconds of this segment. Where were you? Where was my friend for months? Where were you? Because all I saw was coconut and mango and beach and pose up and white and sun and more beach and more pose up.
But I was working, though.
Liza, where were you? Where have you been for the last few months? Before we go into break, just tell us where you've been.
On the island.
Which island were you on?
A few of them, but I can't really tell exactly where, because
a few of them.
But I don't want to say much where. Let's just leave it like that.
Okay. Were you working for real?
Yeah, I was. We were working together, girl.
This girl lie guy. I was freezing, so I don't know what work we were doing together. What? Every picture I saw, I just liked it, but inside I was like,
no, you were sending me emails.
No, Mike, I did. I loved you.
Yeah, we were working. She knows we were working.
Yeah, we were working. She was working. It's true. Okay, so I'm gonna lie about where you were, but you're gonna tell me off air, because I need to know where you were.
Okay, no problem.
When we come back, we're gonna talk blanket.
Yeah, let's talk blanket.
Because that's what you and I are doing together.
Yeah.
Okay. When we get back, everybody, blanket with Miss Mitzy Blair. See you guys soon.
Hello everyone, my name is Jermaine Chambers, and I'm very excited to tell you about the newest political and current affairs program coming here to Brampton. It's called On Point.
The first step of true reconciliation is learning more about one another.
Join us on Tuesdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we discuss all the issues.
I will never forget the trust you put in me.
Municipal, provincial, federal, and any issue of national importance we will talk about on Point. So do join us.
With so many newspapers within the community, it's sometimes hard to tell what separates us from the rest. Most of the time, they all brag about the same thing. You know, the large circulations, tons of online views, and it can go on and on. But what really separates the Toronto Caribbean newspaper apart from everybody else? Well, it's simple. Our service. No, seriously. Hi, I'm Grant Browning, founder and CEO of the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I have over 20 years of branding and marketing experience, and I've worked with countless companies and corporations to do one thing, and that is to raise their profits with their brand. With over 40 years of combined experience in branding and marketing, our amazing staff is fully prepared to sit down and figure out exactly what you need to stand out from your competitors.
The reason why you don't see that anymore is because
The ad is too powerful, bring too much people.
So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll be happy to help.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
We refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
Come back, girl. Guys, welcome back. So I can close this now. Because really, did we play that last video, Selena, or did we forget? We forgot, didn't we? You know what we'll do? We're going to end it with that whole part because I think it'll be important after we speak about what we're going to speak about. But popping bottles on In the Now.
It's perfect. I didn't realize it's your birthday, so you know.
Yeah, this is kind of like a
Early birthday to her.
Pre-birthday celebration for Simone. I'm turning 40 this year. This is my 40th year around this circulating this planet, 365 days. This is my 40th year, and I'm so thankful.
Not a wrinkle, by the way. You look amazing.
Just one.
No, I don't.
And I have one gray hair. I found one gray hair.
Don't tell them.
On my eyebrow, and I'm gonna tell you where I found the other gray hair.
No.
And I just shaved it off. I was like, you don't exist.
Sorry. Because I remember you telling me that story. That's why.
I don't care. I found one gray hair on my pom-pom, and I was really, really upset about it.
You know what? Okay, fine, just tell us.
It was one, and I was like, you know what? So that we don't have this discussion, pom-pom, I'm just gonna shave it off. Because now we don't have to talk about this anymore.
Oh my God, you're too good. You're too good. You know
I'm
what?
sorry. It was my life. Okay, at the time.
You know what? Just keep it raw because, you know, people love real life. And I'm learning that. You know, like you're asking me about certain things. I'm like, okay, fine, I'm nervous. No, just keep it real.
I found my first gray hair in my pom-pom, and I was really, really upset about it. And I was like, okay, so I have a gray hair yassa, one yassa. This one I can pluck out, and this one I can just shave off. So that's exactly what was done. And everybody's happy, including me. I have no gray hair in my head. It's blue and black, so I'm happy. So let's talk about the genesis of the blanket program, because I know that this is your baby. Let's talk about this. And we're not going to give too much away, because if you really want to know, that's right, there's our girl. So if you really want to know about what this is about, you're going to have to join us on July 20th. Yes. But let's talk about the blanket program. What was the genesis of this, and why is this initiative so important to you, and why are we about to take over the world with this initiative?
Blanket program, like, oh my gosh. So, growing up in the community of Jane and Finch and stuff, different things happen within different households and stuff, and growing up, I was exposed to.
I know. And the thing about it, this topic is, no, I get it. And I want you to take your time with this, because we've got to, and this is the thing that's important about what Mitzy's going through right now, is that we have to be able to own what has happened to us, because it's happening to other women.
It is happening.
And it has happened to other women. And I'm going to talk about, it's happened to children. Let me be clear.
Keyword. Youth, children, yeah?
Children.
Vulnerable ones.
And what's sad about what we're going to talk about, even though we've obviously lived through our pain, is that this has affected women throughout their lives. Some of us women are wondering why we can't even sustain relationships sometimes. So Mitzy, I want you to take your time with this and share why this. You don't have to go into too many details, because again, I want us to save, I think your story should be best presented at the event.
Yes. So the event is happening on July 20th. It's going to be inside of Downsy Park. But the reason why we started Blanket in the first place was because, I'm a survivor from sexual abuse, and I was very nervous about coming out about it. I'm still nervous about talking about it sometimes.
You are. I feel you, girl.
I can't believe it. I'm taking such a bold step and creating such a big entity that's bigger than myself, and it still makes me nervous, just thinking about the whole everything.
All of it.
It's embarrassing a little bit too, right? I'm still going through the whole motion of it. And I started this whole thing back in, I don't know, we started the magazine from 2000 and I don't know, even before that. Anyways, long time ago. And then from leaving the magazine, transitioning and saying, all right, I'm leaving everything behind and structuring Blanket in 2014. And then for everything now, in terms of the Me Too movement and Oprah and everybody coming forward about R. Kelly and everything coming out about sexual abuse, I'm like, wow, creator, what have you been preparing me for? So I've had this idea about starting a charity where we're going to be helping youth like myself, because I was nervous, I was scared, I was shy, I was this girl who was very enclosed, People would look at me like, oh, she looked like this happy-go-lucky girl. She looks like she has everything going for her. But deep down inside, I was dead. Yeah. I wasn't happy. I was being abused, and I didn't know how to come out about it. I didn't know who to tell. And then I started doing the photography. And, the photography was, I felt so much joy. I went through it. And then after I had my daughter, it really hit me it hit me really bad. And then that's when I came out, because I had my son first at around 17. And then I had my daughter around 20. And then
really young.
Yeah,
really young.
Smacked me right in the face, and then I cried, I broke down, and I told my mom about what happened, and then it just blew up. The whole entire family kind of fell apart, kind of situation.
It's hard, man.
It's a very tough, a very very touchy subject.
Yeah, man. Of course.
I've been enduring a lot of things throughout my lifetime, and I just everybody used to always say, oh, just be tough, just be tough. So I'm learning how to be tough.
Right.
While still trying to be this flower, right, growing from this toughness. But the only way I can do this is through my spiritual journey, because I think my creator is preparing me for something and using me for something greater than myself, and I don't even know, but I'm going through it, and I continue to trust that it's the right way. So here we are, and we've created Blanket. We're currently waiting for the charity number. We're starting to get recognized by the city of Toronto. We're starting to get funding and supported through LCBO, yourself, Here to Help. So many wonderful people are starting to gather now and starting to join forces with us. And it makes me feel so good, because I started from nothing, and every dime I make, I put it right back into Blanket, So
I know. I do know. You have no idea the steps that this woman has taken. And okay, so you had to take a retreat for a minute.
Yeah, I did. I did.
Explain the retreat, the reason for the retreat.
Man, I've been going through a lot of stuff. Nobody would really know, a lot of personal things in my life, and, not being able to. I'm not going into that topic yet. Maybe we'll touch base another time about other things, my traumas.
I think I'm gonna bring you back on anyhow because you have a lot to share. The thing about it, Mitzy, is that you have so much to share that's gonna help
other girls. Because we could talk about
Take a sip.
We could talk about the incarceration.
Take a sip. Take a sip, girl. I hear you. Take a sip. Make it savor. Do not feel rushed to talk. Take your time because this topic here is something. This type of see her movements, how uncomfortable you are with this topic. You've got to understand why. It took years for me to come to grips with the fact that I had been sexually abused when I was younger. And one thing I've learned to do is understand that sometimes you have to forgive the abuser because you don't know what was happening to the abuser. And this is how I have moved on from mine, but I've been left with demons. Let's talk about the demons that you're left with because these are the things that are important and I'm sure have been reasons why you've moved on with the blanket program because the blanket program is all about, I'm heavily involved in this program.
Yes.
So I'm going to be very honest.
Thank you so much too, by the way.
I'm heavily involved in this program because I really truly believe, and especially with the young women that I work with, that there are a lot of young women who have gone through this. And I'm telling you, there are women out here. I spoke with Miss Lorianne Wade. Big up yourself. You're going to be meeting Mitzy soon. You're going to see why. This is why I wanted you to meet her because she's another young woman who's come up bravely to speak about her sexual abuse and what it has caused for her and the addictions that come with it and the demons.
So much things come with it and nobody really understands and take notice. It's from small things of being organized and being punctual and maybe being addicted to something,
sex,
a lot of things. And this is why the psychological help is very much needed. This is why the nurses are very much needed. This is why the personal transitional support is needed, because Blanket is going to also, it's not only a program that offers photography and
arts, creative arts.
It's also something that's going to be developed into a shelter where the kids can come and they can feel secure and they can see the doctors on site. They can see the psychologists on site. They can go to the programs and classes on site if they need to graduate from or take courses to graduate from high school. I want that to be provided for them. And these are the things that we're working for, right? So these are the steps. So right now I know that these things are falling into place. So the next thing is just to secure funding so that we can get a space. That way we can create, more jobs in the economy. Like look at what Doug Ford has just done. He just cut so many of the nurses. Like if it's not long enough to wait in the hospital in the emergency already. Like what's going on?
Yeah,
here?
How many more cuts you're gonna make?
Like how much more? Like so now we gotta be thinking smart as a people. Like we have to figure out. We gotta help each other. We gotta stand strong and figure out. Okay, fine now. Okay, you gotta start creating businesses. You know what I mean? We gotta start teaching our children, right? We gotta teach them, start investing your money from young. Start thinking in owning your own stuff from young, because I know that if I was taught this earlier, instead of teaching myself this, we would be much more
a lot further.
Right?
But you know what though? Don't you believe that God put us on this journey so that we could be right here, right now?
Definitely.
So we can work with young people like Miss Selena.
Yes, definitely.
Right, like to be able to work with her and to be able to give them the endorsement to say, listen. Work for yourself, push yourself, regardless of what you've been through.
Definitely, and right? and that's exactly what we're here for. We're here, each one teach one, and I feel as if it would be very unfair if you had information, especially when it comes to our spirituality that we're going to be talking about, to know these tools and have these powers and not share it, right? So it's very important.
So let's talk about Blanket on July 20th, 2000. What do we have to expect from this besides the fact I'm hosting? So myself and we might have a co-host, which we're gonna. I don't want to say her name yet because obviously I need to speak to Mitzy first. Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Let's talk about women working together.
Right. So the event, the way that I envision this event to take place is that first of all we're gonna have it set up where it's gonna be a community open space where it's gonna be in the Keel Pavilion. Yes. So it's a beautiful open park in Downsview. So we're going to also bring out from downtown Toronto. His name is Bud's Arts. So there's a space where he's going to be able to have a blank canvas, and he's going to capture everything live, painting everything live with everything going on. So that's going to be one key aspect. Then we're going to have speakers from lawyers who are in the field that are going to come out and talk to the kids and say, if you are a victim, don't be afraid to come out and speak. There's people here to help you. There's Toronto Police. There's victim services. There's lawyers who are here to back you pro bono. You know what I mean? And they're going to be on site to talk about these things. We have a nurse, like, I don't know, I have one already confirmed, but I'm going to reconfirm with her. She's going to come out and speak. And there's other support also from Toronto Public Health. They're going to be handing out brochures and pamphlets so people could understand about our relationships. And we're also, as Blanket, we're going to be handing out brochures so that the community could be aware about what healthy relationships are, what that looks like, and where they can go for help, right? Hopefully, we can get the Toronto Police to come out, or the OPP. One of them would be great.
We can manifest that.
Right, we're manifesting great things right now. So we're working on a lot of things. Even maybe one of the politicians, we're not too sure which one of them yet, to represent maybe the ward.
We'll find one.
Yeah. And yeah, because, you know, Downsview Park is also in partnership and they have access. So we're all working in partnership right now. And so pretty much it's going to be a fun-filled day in the park with lots of information. There's also going to be something like this set up where people can come in and they can talk. They can share their stories if they want to. So it's going to be a live speakers corner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I never know about this.
Right?
I'm learning all now. See? I'm just hosting. That's it. I'm just going to be up there saying, so this is what's happening now with a co-host. But okay, this is good. So we'll have a speakers corner. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a speakers corner where someone can come up and we can have someone there, which will probably be me.
There's going to be a few people. There's going to be a few.
Facilitating?
Yeah, there's going to be another host as well. Like, I can't remember their names right now, but they are on the promotional piece.
Okay,
but,
which we'll get out to you guys.
Yes, and
Don't
on
worry.
Instagram. And, well, so far right now, everybody's on Instagram. So we've been using that. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, right?
By the way, all those handles are included right below the YouTube video. I make sure I include those so people can just go on and like click on those as well as the website.
Okay, good, great, exactly. But it's nothing's on the website. The website is still in the
We're
works.
gonna work.
Yeah,
we're working
it's
on
still
that.
in the works,
That's
so
actually on Dave.
Yeah, there's
Dave's
still things,
slacking.
There's still, you know what? There are so much things to get done. So, you know, as long as we have our list of priorities, they will get done.
Yes.
And so we're also having a school of young kids who are into the arts. They're going to be doing some performances with piano. So that would be cute. I would love to see them, you know, showcase their talent. We also have some other local dancers that are going to be coming out and doing some pieces. I'm not too sure yet. I can't wait to see
We're still putting some things
Very
together.
Excited, but it's going to be an amazing performance. But I haven't seen a performance yet, but I'm excited to see it. His name is Tabby Rockstar. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of him. He's very popular in the community. So much more. Like there's going to be spoken word artists. And there's also going to be some performances by some, her name is Roots. Her music is really, really good. And other members, like, you know, there's so many, you can't keep them up. And we also have a very, very special DJ. He's one of my favorites. His name is
Snoopy.
DJ Snoopy.
Snoops.
So we look forward to him. He plays really good music. And everybody from our team, we'll all be there. And I look forward for everything to come together. There's going to be, you know, and then I just want everybody to come out and have fun. There's going to be face painters, ice cream truck, you know, just the regular day in the park. Well, I would think regular day,
Just
but
a day in the park.
Just a day in the park.
So people, if they're walking by, they can just come on in?
Exactly. If they're walking by, come on in. If they're driving past, come on in. You know, just come and enjoy. And we're going to be having some hot dogs and stuff. So come on out.
Come and you know what? Learn, even if you... Biggest takeaway that we want from not only the
is the
program,
information.
What is the biggest takeaway?
The biggest takeaway is that we want to create the awareness that we're here and that we are a program and we're also going to be having a shelter. We want to create the awareness. So now that we're actually going to be creating noise, you know, so this is the first one. So moving forward, after this, we'll be planning more and we'll talk about that in the future anyways, right?
Yes,
so
we have
good
so
things.
much to talk about. So this is a foundation that we're building, and nothing is built in a day.
No, it's not. It's been in a work in progress, and it's been progressing. So
very, very nicely, very steadily, very slowly. It's just like the tortoise and the hare. Like we're definitely the tortoise right now, but remember, if anyone remembers that story, guess who won?
The turtle. Green. We're on the green team.
Right? So we're going to take our time, but we are going to be representing and putting together a space for anyone who's had to deal with abuse.
Trauma.
Any type of trauma that has to do with sexual trauma. And I mean, we're going to probably be tackling women from, again, children maybe who are young to women who are older, 40s, 50s, who have never had the opportunity to speak. speak.
That's true, because a lot of people are still nervous and they don't come out.
No, but listen, let's
It's
be
time.
real. Listen.
Silence no more, man.
Silence no more is the name of the event.
Yeah,
Silence no more. There's no need for us to be quiet. It is so much better when you can get it out and speak about it. Mitzy, thank you.
You know what? Just to touch base on that, you see, a part of the spirituality comes where everything comes together nicely. When we were creating the name for Silence No More, everything you can see there was from you. You know, you're like the root of this beautiful project. So maybe something along the line of that, and I feel as if that's why my energy has brought me to this plant to give it to you, because it's something that's coming from us. Well, from me. I'm saying us because there's a double entity.
Yeah, man, there's a team. There's a team. Yes.
Yeah, there's a double entity. So from us, my inner self and my spiritual self, this is just a token. Small token, and it's a beautiful flower, and it represents who you are. And I want you to continue to grow and shine and manifest like how you are. So that's just a token of my love. So
thank you. And plus a bottle.
Happy birthday.
Plus my bottle. Thank you, Mitzy, for coming through. So you know what? I think, honestly, guys, Selena, don't you think I should have her as a return guest?
Definitely, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody in the studio had some wine today. Thank you.
That's right.
And everybody's energy has gone up tenfold because of you. I thank you for taking the time to come in.
No problem. Thank you
We
for having
have
us.
so much work to do.
Yes.
But July 20th, guys.
Yeah, please.
Come out.
With your kids. Come out with your kids.
Come out with
friends.
your children. Come out. Honestly, even if you're not into the heavy discussion yet, your presence there is still welcome.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, I forgot to mention that we're also going to have people on site who are also going to be into the spirituality. We're going to have a spiritual elder that's coming in from Nigeria. He's going to be opening up the opening ceremony. Oh,
Boy.
I can't wait for that part. I'm supposed to be meeting them later on today, so I'll
We have
keep you
work to do.
posted. I can't wait for that part. So, you know, everything that I'm doing from here on, it has to deal with spirituality. And if everybody starts putting that into their lifestyle, it's going to change them, I swear.
I love you, sis.
No, I love you too.
I truly appreciate
man, I'm
you.
telling you. Wait, can we take a look at her, like her arm? Look at this. You see all of this? These are crystals.
They're so necessary.
We gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this.
We don't have time. We don't have time. Listen, I'm bringing her back. So Mitzy apparently is gonna be our regular for me because I think you would be really good to like hit on some topics. So I think I'm gonna bring you back. Maybe once a month. Drop you in. If she's not on another damn island and is gone for 4 months, taking pictures of coconuts and
what
shit.
What do you mean? She's gonna be doing the same thing too. Come on.
I will be. Hell yes, I will be.
Yes.
But it's okay. Guys, thank you for joining us on In the Now. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to find us, the handles for Mitzy Blair are right underneath. The handles for Simone Jennifer Smith are right underneath. We are sisters here who are here for you. We are actually here, guys, to work and help you guys. Lord Jesus, don't want to knock over things so Grant kills me. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you next week on In the Now. Thank you, girl, for coming with all of your energy and your strength. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Guys, we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Jermaine Chambers, and I'm very excited to tell you about the newest political and current affairs program coming here to Brampton. It's called On Point.
The first step of true reconciliation is learning more about one another.
Join us on Tuesdays from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. as we discuss all the issues.
I will never forget the trust you put in me.
Municipal, provincial, federal, and any issue of national importance we will talk about on Point. So do join us.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity and our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.